What's up, everyone? How you guys, gals doing? Welcome to the show inside the brutal world of a biker gang. Yes, that is an article that just went out there, and I was like, man, are they just freaking wanting to clickbait you, man? But it is an article from Australia, so there is a little difference between Australia and the United States. Big time, if you will. We're coming up with it.
Ride or die, 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 fly. Know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys. Know that they fly. Know that they ride or die. I keep
Okay, there is a big difference, and I've talked about this a lot between the United States clubs compared to, say, the ones in Australia, New Zealand, even if, they have an American club over there's name. Yes, we're the only ones that export motorcycle clubs, really. But they handle things a lot different, and they look at things really differently than we do here in the States. And I'll be the first one to tell you, man, I can't say, yeah, it's a motorcycle club, blah, 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 not a gang. It is some organized crime crap going on over there. Always has. And you can hear from the people that actually live there. You'll see it in the comments section that they say, yeah, man, them Nike bikies, that's what it's up about. And a lot of these clubs out there don't even require you to have a motorcycle, even though it's a motorcycle club. You would figure you need a motorcycle, right? Anyway, let's take a look at this one. This was out of the age.com. The title of the piece, I Like to Hurt People. Inside the brutal world of the Comancheros bikie gang. And it came out during a 9-week trial that laid bare to the brutality, rules, rigid hierarchy. And Comancheros is one of the big clubs out there in Australia. And during this one, it goes on to say, across the Comanchero bikie club, and you could end up like a spaghetti legs. It was a nickname given to a rival who was once so brutally beaten that the punishment passed into the gang's lore. And it goes on to talk about this. The man stupidly called a high-ranking member of the outlaw motorcycle gang a dog. Revenge was swift, merciless, delivered by a technique underworld sources call a Comanchero break. The victim is held in a headlock, pinned to the ground. Members jump and stomp on their legs. And then in his case, 120 kilogram, I don't know what that equals in weight, turned the victim's thighs and calves to a mush. And it goes on. The shocking tale has come to light during a 9-week trial related to the criminal activities of the Comancheros, the most powerful bikie club in the nation. Now, you could argue you hear a lot about the rebels out there being the most powerful, but hey, I don't live in Australia. I don't know nothing about their system over there other than dudes running around with $1 million freaking cars, all that kind of crap. And you're not going to sit there and try to convince me, hey, it's a motorcycle club and not organized crime. You're just not going to do it there. It goes on to say, late November, 3 people were convicted of murder in the Supreme Court of Victoria over the shooting death of a man 5 years ago. Another was found not guilty of assisting an offender following the murder. So basically what the case did, and it goes back to the headline, it laid out deepest, darkest secrets of the so-called one percenter club, including the rigid hierarchy of the outlaw motorcycle gang societies, which loyalty and brutality are prized above everybody else. And you got to remember, Australia, Canada, and a lot of the European nations, they don't have a First Amendment right to association or any of that stuff. So they'll go straight up and ban your ass. They've done it in Denmark. They got the consortium laws out in Australia. They're not going to play around with you there. And there was a piece that came out today about the Proud Boys, and that's one thing I'll be talking about. I just took that down. But anyway, there was a deal with the Proud Boys. They lost the trademark of their name. And that is something that they went after the Mongols for. It didn't work, so hopefully there's case law there where the Proud Boys could use that case. But it just goes to show you that even in the United States now, they're not playing with you. Just, they're not going to play with you, and they're not going to play with this kind of stuff. Anyway, a bikie would tell a psychologist, quote, "I like to hurt people. I get joy out of it." Huh. And then it goes on to say, one star witness at the trial was an inspector. "I'll be careful what I say, but there are a lot of testosterone in the clubs." Cheeseman told the jury, "Yes, there's a lot of ego. There's a lot of testosterone. They're a group of formidable men. They look the part. They act the part. That's part of the attraction, to be honest." And it goes on to say, reputation is probably one of the most important things that clubs seek because it gives them legitimacy, power, authority, and a way of we're not to be messed around with. And then it goes into the rules and stuff like that. But again, if you're a civilian reading this kind of stuff, or a civilian, not somebody in a club, blah, 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 reading something like this, it's going to raise your eyebrows. And in a country like Australia, to the people that give away every right they have anyway, looking at something like this, they're going to say, yeah, we're behind that kind of stuff. And they're not going to listen to those that are in clubs saying, hey, man, we're just out here trying to ride, be a brotherhood. They're not going to listen to that kind of stuff because there's a select few that are using a motorcycle club as a front to actually do some gangster stuff. That is it's downright dirty, man. That's what they're trying to do. Use an MC to say, hey, we're a club and not a gang, but they're doing gangster stuff. And that might have used to work, but now it don't work so much with people because people can see right through that kind of stuff. And that's why if you actually look in the United States, for example, you see a lot of YouTube shorts, Instagram, all that kind of stuff, where, Patches thought they were hardcore. Now everybody's just jumping on them. They're not putting up with that crap anymore. And hopefully, again, clubs change a little bit because people ain't like they used to be, man. They're not going to take that stuff. When you're riding by, giving fingers, or trying to stop somebody else on a bike, hey, you shouldn't be passing me, and you get shot. Learn, people ain't the same anymore. They're not dealing with this stuff. It's a real big article of what happened during this trial, and it gave a lot of insight to it. So, again, it's on the age.com.au that we took this. But let's go to a good one here. The Intelligencer Wheeling News Register Soup Kitchen of a Greater Wheeling receives donation from the Boozefighters, man. Boozefighters is one of the best clubs out there, in my opinion. A local chapter of a motorcycle club has once again made a significant donation to the Soup Kitchen of Greater Wheeling. Boozefighters Motorcycle Club 72 recently donated $5,500 to the Soup Kitchen. For 14 consecutive years, the chapter has delivered a significant donation, bringing their total contributions of money, clothing, goods over tens of thousands of dollars. Now, that's what a lot of people, when you say MC, that's what they think of. You don't want them thinking you're a damn gang, man, or gangsters. I'm just sorry. This is more than just a donation. Chapter 72 President Mike Bull Napbill said it's a reflection of the heart and spirit of our club and an unwavering commitment to helping those who struggle. Again, man, the soup kitchen of Greater Wheeling, good stuff, man, there from the Boozefighters. But going back to this, and that's one thing I've been trying to freaking put out there as much as I can. Motorcycle clubs memberships are way down. I'm talking way down. And you have to understand the dynamics of what's happening out there. There is so much information people are privy to now that it wasn't like that. You know, now there's an aura around MCs of, you know what, I don't want to get involved in that stuff. I don't need that kind of issues. Yeah, I just seen this article. It just told me about it. Now I see what's up. Or they see a short on YouTube or TikTok of somebody in a patch trying to mess around with somebody because they passed them. And they're like, oh, hell no. Hell no. So they don't want to join something like that anymore. And you know I'm right. I've seen chapters that went from 20 freaking people down to basically lucky to have 6, 5, whatever it is, to even stay a chapter because nobody wants to be around it anymore. They don't want to spend their time having to worry about getting slapped over the head with a freaking hammer or freaking axe. None of that stuff. It's not worth it to people anymore. And it sure to hell ain't worth it for them to go to prison over stupid crap like this. So that's what I got coming out of that. That was a little insight of what they are going through over in Australia. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Join the members only club right here, man. Get over there, join it. I got hundreds of videos for members only. Take a look at that. Hours of interviews, everything. Right here again, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to buy my book, Brotherhood and Betrayal, over on Amazon, baby. Rock on. Join the insanity by becoming a member of the Insane Throttle Club. Get hundreds of members-only videos and hundreds of hours of members-only content. We have 3 affordable levels: Hang Around, Prospect, and Full Patch. Each level help forth each channel and all of our biker content. Get content of interviews with the who's who in the motorcycle and biker lifestyle scene. Subscribe on the Insane Throttle YouTube channel now and get access to the members only today and become part of the insanity.
Is an in-depth look at the trials and tribulations of street gang and motorcycle club life. This isn't the run-of-the-mill book that doesn't give the goods. This book will go into detail of events that actually happened. All materials in this book have been approved by those involved. There is nothing poetic, nor is there any price worth paying for the life we choose to live on the streets. James Hollywood Machikari, Brotherhood and Betrayal.
Go visit one of the original Biker Lifestyle and Biker News YouTube channels where you will get in the know on what's happening in the biker scene, biker news, op-eds, and more from me, James Hollywood Machikari. Monday and Thursdays, a new video on topics happening in the scene. Get on over there, get to the channel, and subscribe. Rock on.